Welcome to the Rusted Garden Homestead. I want to give you a couple of tips on protecting your cool weather crops, your leafy greens, from significant freezes at night. And what do I mean by that? A good 6-8 hours of temperatures below 32 degrees, of course, that's freezing. But when they really start to drop down into that lower 20s, you want to protect your plants. They can take a frost, so something light, 30 degrees Fahrenheit for a couple of hours isn't going to hurt these plants. But this was a prolonged period of a colder freeze. So I have tarps down. I like using tarps because they don't let any heat escape. Another tip, this year I planted all my leafy greens that I was getting out early into one space. Usually I pop them throughout the garden and then I have to go cover them all if this frost comes, and it always does. So for your early crop, the crops that you're getting out early, try and put them in one space. As the chances of frost disappear, I will put other leafy greens, throughout my garden. You also want to keep the ceiling or the top close to the ground. You're using the heat from the ground to really keep everything warmer in there. It just has to stay above, 32 degrees. And this way your leaves of your lettuces, spinach, etc. don't freeze. So that's my basic setup. You want the sides to be at least 2 feet coming out so that one can be weighted down. Make sure you weigh these down because the wind will whip them off. But there's really no way the wind can really whip under here and cool what's underneath. So you want the flaps to be out nice and far. This is the second night of temperatures getting down to 24 degrees. It was a prolonged period for 2 days of a freeze, which means it was below 32 all the way down to 24 over these 2 nights. It's 9:30 now. The temperatures just got up to 32 degrees and I'm checking. There's no frost. The leaves are not frozen, so this worked. This is a great way to protect your plants when the temperatures get down really into the lower 20s. Something like this for the height of the top, and then in between, and I'm going to take this off, I'll show you everything. I have a tomato cage, some sticks in there to kind of fluff up, or not fluff up, but to lift up the tarp so your tarp doesn't flatten down whatever you're growing under there. And then finally, these have been on since we had 2 nights of temperatures that were that prolonged freeze, 6-8 hours, closer to 24 degrees. I just left this on. So this is going to come off after really 36 hours. I put it on 2 days ago, 3 p.m. It's 9:30 a.m. now. We just got above 32 degrees. The darkness for really 48 hours isn't going to harm these plants, and it's just less work that I don't have to take this off, put it back on. For the next 10 days, we are not getting freezing nights. This will all come off, it'll be put away, and hopefully things are good to go. All right, let me remove this and just show you how it was built. The plants look great. I have leafy greens, the lettuces down there. Set up the structure, tall sticks right in the middle, smaller sticks on the edge. Figured out after 25 years I could just lay tomato cages down. Figured that out at the last second the other day. Just lay tomato cages right down the middle, put your tarps over them. This method works really well, keeps the plants protected, not one bit of damage, and the temperatures again got down almost to 23 degrees. Well, actually it did, 23 degrees one night, 24 degrees the second night. Here's a close-up of the plants just so you can see how they really handled the freezing nights. They look really, really good. I'll keep this out for another day or so, but I did check the 10-day forecast. Looks like frost is gone for a while. But this is really effective, no damage to the plants. Please subscribe. I do my videos in real time, so every year I kind of start with what I'm doing in the garden, and I try and make the videos quick and to the point, so we won't belabor this video. We'll get right to the end. Thanks so much for watching. Please check out my seed shop at therustedgarden.com, and if you want to see how I planted this up, please check out the previous video. Thanks so much for watching, and good luck in your gardens.